So what I'll do is, for this, you can see very clearly this one. This section and this section is exactly the same. This will I'll create completely. Though I can do it like in multiple parts also, but I'll create this entire thing in one single solid geometry just to keep it simple. But like there will be cases when games, they create each and everything in separate parts and compile everything in Unreal. So they basically depend on Unreal. So I'll create any one of them and repeat, repeat, repeat. Then for this bamboo, like I'll create like maybe one or two, and repeat everywhere. Then I have this gate, and there's a statue, and this is, I guess this is the second reference. This one. Yes. Yeah, this one. Second reference. So this is basically other side of view from other side. So you just block out this door, this create this door, then this section separately. Then this lantern, like try to keep it separate so that like if you're creating the entire scene, then you will be reusing this thing again and again, or you can keep it separate and place it like this. Nice, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nicely, you can do it very easily. Or if I want, I can create a door in half and symmetry. That is also possible. But you can create the entire door single. This statue, same statue, one statue only. Then there's a dead person, dead person, dead person. That is something like we can like escape. Then this block section is basically only one section. Repeat, 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 repeat. So we have to create this floor only one section and repeat it again and again. Similarly, this like inside all this thing. So if I want, I can create separately, or I can create as a part of this door only. So this door is a half, like slice it from here, and then repeat that side as well. So you have the same door and this tunnel effect. Then you can just simply come fill the scene. And this rock, this entire thing, this is a basically a huge mountain and rock are full of foliage and all. And this is something usually like if I want to create it, I'll do it in ZBrush. Like I block out my this scene, create a hole, and based on this hole, I'll create this entire thing with the help of alpha. I'll create this thing and decimate the model and make it really low poly. So because we have a high poly already, so I'll bake everything on that. The same thing I showed you in first day in Unreal. The same technique I'm going to like for I'll use and create the high poly, then bake all the information on this and then texture it. And for this, I'm going to use it at like procedural map, and then fill this in because you can see most of the part is not visible. So there are like very few elements. This door is quite detailed. The other side is door is quite detailed. You have a statue. It's not like too detailed, but it can have your dirt and all. So this thing. Then we have this structure, and then have this floor and all this foliage. So all this foliage, like in this scene, I can see there are few unique foliage, like this kind of thin trees. This one, this is you have to create. This bamboo you have to create, and this is something you can use it from a Unreal library, or maybe something from Street View or something. And this is something you can generate very easily. All these ferns are already available. It's already there. And what else we have? This door we can create only for this door. We can create this one side, flip it. This arrow, this arrow we can create and place it here. And all these debris we have to create few like arrangements, like wooden broken part. then like this one arrangement, there's another, so then you will create one more arrangement like this, two, three arrangement like groups, and then you can import and place it there everywhere. And these are like single pieces blocked out. And rock, this is cave, and then you have this all these trees and everything, foliage covered. So it's not a huge scene, but this is something like quite detailed. If you want to do it, you can do it very easily, and like you have to plan it properly, and based on that you have to break it.
Yes, sir.
So like suppose you have this, like to create this kind of pagoda, this gate kind of thing. So it's not very difficult. Like so you can do it very easily. Suppose you have a box. See, right.
Sir, I sent my reference.
I just saw the mail.
So will that be fine?
One sec. Check. Okay, this one is nice. This is the remastered version, right? Like
Yeah.
new remastered version of this thing. This, yes, yes. So, so if you want planning to do, so which one you planning? There's two versions. You can see this is
So
the same thing.
without the snow.
Without the snow,
And
right? This version. So I guess this particular this entire breakup is available in ArtStation.
yes,
How he
yes, sir.
did this entire breakup is there, and this is like okay, this can be done. So you need to like work on your like landscape as well, and plus you have to create this barricade, this block. This is something like or mostly you can say repetitive shapes, and it's kind of similar what you did previously, kind of like that, like not similar, but like in same family. Those
Yeah,
spikes, hurt, and all those things.
yeah.
So this is nice. This you can do it. It's nice. Okay, let's see reference. So you have so for this kind of structure, you can just create only half of it and then symmetry it. That's like easiest way to do it. Like either you can just extrude all this thing from this area, or you can just simply create this. So usually what I do is to connect it, uh, connect. I want two or three. Three is fine. I'll create that bend. Create this bend like this. Connect. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Total of 14 of this all the cylindrical shapes. So that is something like 10, 12. It is to 12. Then this edge, this edge. This. So select all this edge and then edge. There is an option create shape from selection. Create shape from selection. You can keep linear. Then exit your smooth. Now you have all this lines, shape, go to rendering, give those cylinder, I just simply delete those sections. That's something if I want I can do it later also. See, I just create again shape, smooth, not nice, linear only. Just shape, linear, right, thickness, why it's bending like this. Oh, my mistake. I got it. I have to deselect all these areas. That's why it's like creating all these issues. Finish. I select basically all the lines. Oh, I just double clicked, yes. So it's basically deselected the entire loop. I should have manually deselected that. I was wondering what happened. Right, nothing is selected. Select shape, okay, select shape, and save it this thing. If you want, you can modify things also. Line you have vertex and everything. Segment. Right. Select this, make it round border. Now to select all of them. Let's should be even. And this part I can delete. Like this, you just create the entire thing quickly. And once you're like done with this, you can just combine these two and use it, attach. Either you can just simply rotate an angle. Something like this. So layer, mm, symmetry, mirror, 90, 50. You can create that corner very easily. Like this, you can just generate this thing, then block out. Like basically, to block out everything, and one by one, like split your sections. Like now, suppose you have created this gate shape, gate thing. This is like where is it? This gate. You can create it, and you can see it doesn't take a lot of time to create this, and you can do it very easily. And then after that, you can create the other parts and export that part separately and import them into Unreal, and then please create landscape, or you can just simply like create this thing, like create all the props separately in one file, separately, then create this mountain, this thing, this entire thing, and then place it and arrange your stuff. So it will become very easy to, and this is something like lands creating a landscape in Unreal is very easy. That's something you know. It's very easy and quite convenient, and do it very quickly. So just you need to identify the like all the unique shapes you have, unique elements you have, model those things, and then repeat it. So it's like it's become quite easy, and it doesn't have like a lot of like props and elements, like all these things, debris and all, if you have to create, or you can just simply create one and repeat, or two, three, and create a group and then repeat it. It becomes very easy. Like distance
Yes,
poly, no, it's like this is something you know. I know that if you know this thing very easily, you can do
yes,
it.
sir.
So like so you just like the only thing is planning. So you just create this shape, basic block out. Basically, this you need this gate and this front gate. These two gate and this distance. You can count this floor. How many? One, two, three, four, five, then it's six. Like six steps. And other reference, let me check the other reference. So this distance is this width is equal to this door width. That means it's quite wide. So the six of that door width, that distance from one door to another door, then you can just like calculate the distance, and then they import these two in ZBrush, and based on that you can start building your this entire cave. And this is something cave you have to create, like block out this thing, and then create this entire cave and sculpt it. And there's lots of tons of alpha available. Just Google like rock alpha, you can find tons of alpha and create this entire scene very quickly and decimate. Then because that rock, no need to retopo, that is something you can decimate and use it very easily, but rest of the things should be clean. So that is something you can do it very quickly and place it there and create this ground. And if suppose you want a plane to create, want to create a plane, you can place a plane in your scene, place all these things and import and then check it. So then later you can just duplicate and you can use like this thing as a
So
modular piece.
the characters.
Characters have to create
Okay, sir.
this same manner for this kind of character. Okay, this kind of like suppose you have this character. No need to like worry. There lots of things are there. Just go to ZBrush. Like to create. I'm not asking you to create a very high quality, high poly and all. Like easiest way to do it is take ZBrush. We have lots of manifolds and lots of characters of like things already available. Right? If you go to manifold, you can
That
see
fat guy.
yes, like fat guy and there's so many things are there. Then if you go this here, there's one more character. So you have a fat character. So suppose you have this one. Not necessarily you have to use this. Not necessarily have to use this. You can use any of them. Then like you just have to so combine. No, not combine. Okay. So based on your character,
Post it. Then
just pose it. Just
then
simply and then because it says statue, so you can just decimate the entire model. Try to keep it in quad or retopo it. Retopo will be nice because usually in game they retopo because to optimize the model. So so if you retopo it, it will be really nice to see. Okay. Shift D I did. Why did it work? This W. Place it here. Enter. Enter. Book. Like you just simply pose it, add few clothes like as per your reference, like this reference, you have all these clothes and all. Add those clothes, like, then decimate it, and it's like some marble rock texture. You just apply some like nice smart material. We add some dirt, some grunge, some weathering, and you are done with this. So this is like very quickly you can do it. So this is like, or if you are like not very happy with this or not sure how to use this, you can use these fair models. You see, you have this model. No. So you have this model. If you press A, it will show you a dynamic version of the model. Press A again, and now you just simply click on any of the surface. You can rotate. Active symmetry is on, so you can switch off symmetry. So you can just simply quickly pose the model.
so the character I will do at the end.
So pose it, then add all those clothes with the multiple sub tools. Add all clothes, and then you just simply like once suppose you are once done with this pose, right? Done with this, make 3D polymesh 3D. It's become polygon. Then Then you can just simply add or whatever detail you want, add everything, and then dynamize the model. Or you can just simply use a Z animation with this thing, low topology, like 4000, 5000. Retopo the model. You can see it's nice, clean. Retopo the model, or we just Z-remesh it, and then you can just simply unwrap it within ZBrush and ZBrush, and then you can texture it in Substance, and then you can use this thing, because like this kind of thing, like statues don't need proper loops, but proper loops because it's not going to animate, right? So it's a static solid geometry. So even if it's triangular, suppose I want to reduce the polygon, it started at 10,000 something. I want to reduce it even more. I can do decimation as well. Preprocess current and decimate. So it will retain everything is 2000 only. You see, it retains almost all the detail, all the angles, and then you can just simply use it as it is. That is also possible, that is also acceptable, but recommended is try to retopo it, because like usually most of the games they retopo all the model, so it becomes highly optimized, and in case they want to add some animation or want to modify something or change something, they can do it very easily and quickly. So that's the like basic thing. Like usually they create a high poly, then they retopo the model. So that's like, and retopoing is something, if you retopo it properly, what happens? Your like baking and all this process become very easy. You just simply bake it and apply multiple colors. It gives you nice nice detail. So like this process, you can create your character. That will be really easy. Like it's really quick and easy. This Z sphere model is already readily available in ZBrush, so you can use it and create the basic pose and create the character
Yes.
without any problem.
Yes.
So try to do this and start blocking out. So I have anyways I have blocked out my model. I'll open that only. So you can see only cylinders. These are all cylinders and all boxes. And this is some these lines I have used a spline and is a spline, and then convert them into this thing pipe cylinders. That is something we all know how to do it in Max. If you have any doubt regarding how, like, because you can see it's like same model I just repeated, nothing like else, the same thing. This is something we did yesterday. I showed it how I did this thing. Then something like this you can create it very easily, and there are lots of details here. That is something I have to add. It's still there, and this box size is also not correct. It almost filled this section, like one section, one thing. So I need to fill that as well, and there are like lots of small parts. So and then lots of pipes and wires are going on. That is something we have to do it with spline. Otherwise it will be very difficult to create those things. So I'm trying to create all the pipes, all the wire with the help of spline, so that I'll have better control over it, and like that thickness will be uniform throughout. So for me it will become very easy to control. And there is a chance, like I'll show that, like suppose, or in my reference, if I show you, just give me a second, open the reference. In my reference, uh, so you can see there's so many pipes. They are like snapping on the floor, or plus they're going up and down, so many things. So and they have like this shape, like in a regular interval, right? Regular interval. They have this some ring or something is going on. So for this, either you have to use the external plugin to like tile it on a spline, or what we can do, we can create a brush in ZBrush and tile it with a curve brush. we can create this spline and make this shape very easily. Just one a small drag, and that thing will be done. So that is something I'm planning. I'll try it out first, then I'll show that how what I'm planning, because this is something doing in Maya is very easy. You can do it in like few clicks, but in Max you need to use an external plugin, or this is something we can do it in ZBrush also with the help of a curve brush. So I'll like prepare a file for this and plan out how to create this, because I need to reduce my time, like highly optimize way to do it. I need to reduce my time to how to create this thing. Like there's no point like wasting time and creating everything manually, and when we can do it in like few clicks. So we'll follow those process and create that, and these lights and all, like let's see, like basic. There's no special thing, nothing special. It just I have applied like this thing, one this box, and then a boolean, like combined it, union a couple of area. You can see I have added a supporting loop because I was thinking of to add turbo smooth just to check that. So I have added couple of this area, but that I'll delete it. Those things are not required at all because this is already getting too dense. You can see. So I'll reduce it. It's already like too dense and there's lots of polygons going on, because we have to create at least this three section. So it will be a lot of polygons. And similarly, I have used this thing. For this, what I have done is I use a spline, created this, converted that into a cylinder. Then I have modified this shape. I just extruded this area and created this deformation. So it becomes like this uniform like width. I got this uniform width. If I create it manually, it will be a bit difficult and tricky. So I use this spline, created this pipe shape, and then added all these grooves and everywhere. That's it. So I'll just for this I'll just try test out something for those pipes, how to create in optimized way and like easiest way. So figure out some process. I'll explain that, and in the meanwhile we can just start blocking out your shape. And one more thing, like if you're blocking planning to block out, and you can see in my scene this is repeating. So what I'll do, I'll unwrap this first, then I'll duplicate. As of now I just placed it there, but later I'll delete it, I'll again duplicate it again. I unwrap this entire section, then duplicate. So what will happen, I don't have to unwrap every time. So every file, so it's just only one part, and I will unwrap everything clean. Okay, so I'll just okay. So start like blocking out your scene. Start blocking out your scene, and then if you have any query, any doubt, if you are not able to understand like how to start blocking or anything, you can ask me. I'll explain those things. Send me a reference. I like split it down into multiple parts and explain how to start working on that. So you can do all those things. Then I'll see you guys tomorrow and keep working. Okay, bye bye.